So I can spot a millionaire in 3 seconds, and it's never who you think. While everyone stares at the guy in debt with the Rolex on, I'm watching the person in the corner with the Casio or the Apple Watch worth 50 million bucks, because real wealth, it whispers. And I'm about to reveal the counterintuitive signs that someone is actually rich, not fake rich. And the reason I'm doing this isn't so that you can go out there and just identify everyone who you think is rich. It's really so that you can mimic these small relatable skills into your daily routine. Stick around to the end for the single most reliable tell that 99% of people miss. Hey, I'm Seth Moran. I spent 20 years on Wall Street. I've sat across from millionaires, billionaires, and I've come from pretty humble beginnings myself. Really rich people have vastly different mannerisms and, of course, different balance sheets. My job now is to make money simple, take that fear out of investing, and provide you with small habit changes that can help you break through that plateau of where you're at now. Sign 1. They don't keep score out loud. The real wealthy, they avoid these 3 show-off habits: bragging about income, price tags, and peacocking. People chasing status talk about how much they earn, how expensive things are, and how great their G-Wagon is on that 6-year lease. The thing is, when you don't need approval, you stop narrating your own highlight reel. Ask them how they're doing, they'll be like, yeah, I'm fine, doing good, same as always, getting by. Translation, I don't need your validation. Sign 2, the car paradox. Quiet money drives paid off, often used and reliable cars. And not because they can't buy the Lambo, but because they hate lighting cash on fire. A $700 a month payment invested at 7% becomes roughly $120,000 in 10 years. They would rather own their assets than use financing to bulk up their image. Their car is a tool and they treat it like one. They don't need it as a billboard for how well they're doing. Sign 3, invisible splurges. They do spend, but on things you can't flex on Instagram. Time and health. Groceries get delivered. A trainer so your knees work at 60, and constant health checks. A great CPA so their taxes are optimized. A chef once a week to keep nutrition on check. A financial advisor so they have the right mix of growth, appreciation, and passive income. The luxury is not the thing. The luxury is the time that it buys back. Sign 4, image control and security. Real wealth is allergic to unnecessary attention. They dress elegant and clean, not logo heavy. They keep their locations off stories, or if they do mention a location, it's often because they've already been and they've come back. They say less about family, travel plans, and net worth because privacy is a risk management decision, not a personality trait. Sign 5, frugal on small wants, decisive on big needs. They research a $25 to $50 item for 15 minutes because there are 20 equal options. But if the roof leaks, it gets fixed today, immediately. What's the price? Doesn't matter, fix the roof. Wants get price shopped, needs get solved. That's how cash piles up without drama. Sign 6, patience is the power move. They wait for the right house, for the right partner, for the right deal. Delayed gratification is not a quote that they post, it is how they operate. Most sales are fake anchors, prices cycle, opportunities cycle. Your job is to be ready when the odds tilt your way, and rich people are always ready. Sign 7, the modest home, the low overhead. A big house can be a subscription. More utilities, more furniture, more maintenance, more stress. Quiet wealth keeps fixed costs low so optionality stays high. Freedom is cash flow, not square footage. And honestly, it's often not their only house. And here are some of the advanced tells. This is the stuff that people really never notice. But rich people, they're really calm under pressure, in markets, in traffic, with a bad waiter. They don't lose their shit. They stay even keeled. Money buys a margin for error, and that margin shows up as a steady pulse. Education and financial literacy. Degrees or not, they read, they ask questions, they can explain opportunity costs and risks in plain English because they've experienced it. Financial literacy is a language that they're fluent in, and it's ingrained in their lifestyle. Resilience. They have stories of getting punched in the mouth by life and getting back up. Money sticks to people who do not quit. Elegant style. They have quality fabrics, they're clean, they're good fits, usually a neutral palette. Most would miss it, but tailors and watch nerds, they notice. It's not about the brand, it's about the taste. There's a reason the nouveau riche and the wannabes are called tasteless. The rich people, they're very well connected. They know 5 people you should meet and they'll make that intro for you. Their network doesn't scream out how important they are, it just delivers. Philanthropy. They give, sometimes publicly, often quietly. Time, talent, money, they don't need a plaque. The point is impact. Self-care. They protect sleep, they lift, they walk, they do all the annual checkups. Health is the foundation that gives them the thing that money can't really buy, and that's longevity. Experiences over trophies all day long. They would rather take their kids hiking in Patagonia than chase a logo bag or a watch. Memories compound harder than actual physical stuff. And here's the most reliable tell. If I had to pick one signal above all, it's this. Really rich people make decisions through a framework, not just vibes, not envy, but a framework, as in, what's my payout or the value proposition? Does this increase my freedom, my time, my cash flow, or my health? If the answer is no, then that purchase and that spend is probably a no-go. And hey, I'll give you one more thing that I've noticed, and it's bang on 100% of the time. Now, I notice this from mostly middle-aged, uber-rich cats when it's really cold outside. They don't wear jackets. They control their own climate. When they hop off their PJ or private jet to a waiting car to hop into, to go to the restaurant, club, or venue that they're attending, when they pop back out, they hop back into their heated car. Their time outside of a perfectly temperature-controlled environment is very limited. Shows like Billions with Bobby Axelrod and Succession got this bang on. So here's what to do to apply it to your life. Ask yourself, do you want to look wealthy or do you want to be wealthy? Pick one, because this is the point of the whole video. Start with 3 quick moves, right? 1, cut a fixed cost this month and invest or redirect that money into an index fund or buy a stock whose product you keep reading about or that you keep using. The point is invest it. 2, buy 1 hour back each week with a tiny system. Get organized, get disciplined, stick to it. Try to get your time back. 3, learn one tax concept that saves you money forever. Basically, in the history of mankind, there's never been a time where humans have had this much information at their fingertips with AI, ChatGPT, DeepSeek, whatever you want, but use it as a tool and try to figure out what, given your circumstances, where you're at in life, where you're living, and use that to try to find a loophole tax-wise that you can use and utilize. Do all these things for a year, and your future self will never shut up about how grateful they are that you did this. If this video helped, subscribe, like it, and share it with the loudest flexer in your group chat. And tell me some other things that you may have noticed from the other super well-to-do in the comments. Thanks for watching. Again, I'm Seth Moran. This is Monster Capital, and kindness is the rent we pay on earth. So do something nice for someone. I'll see you in the next one.